Hello and welcome to episode 8 of my Let's Play series. I'm currently conducting a little experiment. But before we do that, which I might as well tell you, the quarry is currently turned off. And as I said, I would do some building on my house between episodes, and as you can see, I have. Currently it's not completely done. I want to have a proper roofing on top of that little part there, but let's go take a look. Before we take a look at the house, you can see we've already gotten quite a lot from the quarry. I've made a little porch here and the sides with gates, just so it's easy. I have expanded it out here. I have not put windows here because I want this to be my storage, and I think I'll have stuff up, cover the entire wall with stuff, so there's no reason for windows. I have removed the bed, made a ladder up, placed the bed here in this big empty room, and then I again have a little porch out here. I've made this, I don't know what it's called, but I've made this part out here with some stairs, some stone stairs up here to go along with the cobble I have around here at the edge of the house, and then some wooden stairs down here just to keep the look of the house. And the wooden stairs go all the way around the house. I want to do something similar on the top of the house here, but then keep going up until I have sort of a peaked, well, not peaked house, but you know. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing off camera. So the little experiment I'm doing over here is I'm starting to want to go to the nether. So I went down to where I'm pumping lava, and I got a few buckets, as you can see. I could have done it I won't necessarily call it the easy way, but I could have gone down and see if I could mine some more diamonds, but instead I thought, well, I don't know if this is a faster way, but it's more fun, sort of speak, and it also means I don't have to go down and look for more diamonds. I will probably at some point need some more diamonds, as the amount of diamonds I have now is good for now, but at some point I will want more. As you know, I only have one diamond left. Actually, I thought I had one more bucket. Did I throw one? Oh well. So I only have one diamond left at... Okay, that was annoying, but anyway. Huh. That was not exactly what I expected. Well, at least I got some obsidian. 6, 12, 14, that should be plenty, yes. 10 is all you need. I hate it when it does that. It looks ugly. So to do this experiment I turned off the quarry because I didn't want it to dig up while I was working, so I'll just turn it on. Now let's see if it doesn't go back and start trying to mine this out. I hope it does. It doesn't quite look like it. No. But maybe, I think it will, once it reaches the place where these are, it will go up. So, yeah. And I talked about building a magic house this time, and we will. We will definitely do that this episode. But before we do that, there's something else I want to build first. It requires sand. It's part of a mod called Railcraft, and for those of you familiar with the mod, you probably already guessed what it is. The recipe looks like this. And I didn't have enough bricks. Thought I had more bricks. I'll just throw some in there, and while they cook we can start building. Now, the thing I'm building here is called a cook oven. As you can see, it was called cook oven bricks. Now, where should we place this one? I think we're going to place it here. Yeah, this would be nice. Start out by building a 3x3 of these, and then on top of it you build I was going to say circle, but you really can't do that in Minecraft. But you need to have this block where I'm standing, you need to have that empty, and then again on top of it you need a 3x3. So you're going to... oh, that wasn't that many bricks. And set up the recipe while we wait. So I'll wait for the bricks to be made, and hopefully once they're done we can build that up, and then we'll get started on the magic house. So yeah. Oh, and it's almost reached them. So reached here, so let's see what happens. Now, yeah, it's going up. Apparently through the rock, which looks a bit strange, and then it's digging it. Perfect. Unfortunately, it also makes this water look strange, but oh well. So now we should be getting some obsidian, which is what I really wanted, because that also means we can take a trip to the nether. Because before we really get into magic, we could use some glowstone. It's not needed so much, but it's nice to have. And there we see all the nice obsidian. So I'll just see how many bricks we have. It's not enough. So I'll be back once the bricks are done. So I'm back. We should have enough bricks now. I think that's enough cook. While waiting for the bricks, I just cleared out a little area here, made a stair up and down. Cleared out a little thing there. It was just, yeah. So, like this. Need to be able to get out. Okay. And then, as you can see, when I placed the last one, just for fun, I'll break it again. See, currently nothing. It's just a bunch of bricks. But when you place the last one, this sort of window shows up on all four sides. This cannot be in contact with other cook oven bricks, but any other material you can build just as much as you want around it. Just no more cook oven bricks. This is the GUI. And what you do is you put coal, ordinary coal, inside it. See, it has a nice effect here. It will start working, and it's quite slow, but it produces something called cook or coal cook, which burns for longer. And I believe in some of the other things it produces more power as well. In the solid fuel firebox, I think it produces more power and burns longer than normal coal. It also produces something called creosote. I can barely say it. Creosote oil, I believe it's called, and it produces about half a bucket for each coal it burns. So it basically just stands here, produces better coal and some oil, which we will need once we start making rail. So, but it takes a long time, as you can see. And I know you're wondering why we need oil to make rails. That's because one of the mods here is called called Railcraft. Changes the recipe for making rails in vanilla Minecraft. And this just looks like shit now. Oh well. Guess that's life. So you need this oil to be able to make rails now. Which is cool. And it adds a lot of other cool mods I was going to say. Recipes. So the next thing I want to build is requiring me to have some untreated wood. I think I'm going to go harvest some jungle trees. I've also decided that I think I want my portal on that little island there. Just because it's an annoying sound the portal makes if you have it too close to your house. So I think that little island there will do great. But it is a bit far away, so maybe we can do it closer. Or somewhere where I don't have to swim. Because I'm thinking I can build a small bridge here. And that will make me able to walk over to this small island. And I can have the portal somewhere on that. Maybe over here. So, yeah. Not quite sure yet. I'll figure it out. But I promise you we would start work on our magic hut house thingy. Going to have a good size, so we probably need to clear out an area here and then place it behind the house here. I think that will be a good idea, and that will also give me the wood I need. So I think that's the plan. So I'll do that, and then I'll be back again. Hello guys, I'm back. I've done a little clearing out, but the reason right now is mostly because I want to show you this. It hasn't been running that long, I think, but you can see it's quite full already. And that's even with the largest type of chest I could afford. Yeah, I know there's larger chests than what I have, but as I said, the largest I can afford. So before I go into the house with all this stuff and show you a new thing we're going to build to store stuff in, which will help us a lot. You can see I've cleared out an area here. I think it's going to be big enough. Maybe I need to chop this tree down too. This one I think can stay. But definitely here we're going to build the magic workshop. And I think I'm going to do a small path down here. Maybe do a path around here. Yeah. I've also decided that I want my portal to be on that little island there, but I'll do a bridge over there, and eventually we're going to make rails that will drive us over there. So, I've also decided what materials I want to build my house in. And here they are: dark zirconium bricks and light zirconium blocks, with floor made out of green, red and blue zirconium. So I need to go look for some more light zirconium. I only have 7 and it takes 9 zirconium to make 1 zirconium block. These are expensive to make, but they look great, and they are made by Minecraft, obviously. And you take this zirconium to make the bricks. You take the zirconium, the color you want, put it into a furnace. It will melt and turn into these dark zirconite, or zirconite of the color of your choosing. And then you add in 5 stone bricks, and you get zirconite bricks. So it's a bit expensive. Now the new way to store stuff I'm going to show you now. You're going to need a lot of them. Yeah, that should be enough materials. So first off we need some wooden slabs. Okay, that was probably more than I needed, but anyway. If I remember correct, yeah. Didn't I grab two? And we get some barrels. We actually don't need to do it like that. We get some barrels. And these barrels are great for storing stuff. Yeah, I made way too many slabs. Well, we'll probably find use for it eventually. So that's quite expensive to make these barrels. And I'm going to put the first barrel here, I think. Now, if you want to put pipes in here, you can actually put both underneath and on top of them. But if you do it underneath, this I have tested, you will only be able to place 64 of one item in it. Which means if you put dirt into it, as soon as there's 64, it will refuse to put anything more into it. Whereas if you put in on top, it can put 64 stacks of 64. You will never be able to put stuff in the sides of them. But the idea is you can put stuff in them. Only one type. So in this one we're going to have cobblestone. By right clicking you'll put one stack in it, or the stack you're holding, so it can be half a stack if you only have half a stack. You can see it tells you how many stacks plus how many. So in this one we have one stack of 64 and 32 cobble. If you double right click it with either an empty hand or the material already in it, you will automatically empty out all of that material in your inventory into the barrel. So that's quite nice. If it's an empty barrel you cannot do that. You have to have something in the barrel before you can empty your inventory like that. So sand, dirt and cobblestone is what I want to store in barrels for now. And I do intend to make an automated sorting system, as I told you. And these chests I've put in here are currently empty, and this is going to be my storage room. So there will be pipes running along here, putting stuff into barrels. And the cool thing about the barrels is you can see what's in them. I know they take up space and can only hold one type of item, and you cannot store damaged tools and stuff like that in them. But still, it's really nice. Because 64 stacks is a lot. And especially if you do it to hold stuff like this, which is stuff that you usually get a lot of, and it just takes up space. So do this. I should probably have put gravel in there as well. That would have been good to have a gravel barrel, I think. But I won't do it now. Just clean out some of these things. And the cool thing is, if you right click without anything in your inventory, it just tells you how much exactly there's in them. You can see currently we have 2,635 cobblestone in that barrel. That's a lot. And currently I'm basically just waiting. I'm going to cook these stone, because to make stone bricks I will need a lot of stone. I'll cook these as well. In a moment I will go down mining, hoping to find some more light sarcodite, because my plan is to build a house sort of like this one, with light sarcodite blocks where there's cobblestone, and dark sarcodite bricks where there's wood here. But I will, the corners here, I will make light sarcodite. There's a cat. And then the floors I will make out of these 3. So I'm going to need a lot of bricks and a lot of light saccharide. And definitely just a lot of all the saccharides actually. So as you can see, the quarry is giving us a lot of resources. There's some light saccharide right there. And it's slowly but surely digging up all the nice stuff down there. So I hope I'll find some light saccharide, and I'll see you later. And I'm back. As you can see, I've started building, but I have run out of light saccharide. But you can see the shape I want to build here. And what I think is cool about saccharide is it has this effect. You can see it's moving. The dark one has that as well. It's not quite as obvious in dark, but it looks really cool and has sort of a magical effect, and that's why I wanted to build a house out of this. As you can see, I have done all I needed with the dark bricks. I'm going to put in a floor once I have enough of the other colors. I've even put in a small door here because I got tired of running around. And if you didn't see it earlier, I've added a few more hoppers. One here for wood and one here for the furnace. And I've gotten quite a lot of rubber wood, so that's quite cool. And I've been cooking up stone for making bricks, obviously. So I think, because currently, as you saw, I have a lot of rubber, and this one has used all its power, so I think even though I had intended to wait, I'm going to make some more wire and set up my thermal, what's it called, geothermal engine. That's the rubber I have lying around. So you can make these copper wires uninsulated, but there's no real reason for it. I mean, there's no machines that use them uninsulated, and you can use them like proper cables without insulation, but it loses its power faster, and more importantly, you will in some occasions take damage from them. So I put it out here because I don't think there's quite enough room in there for it. And I'm going to dig down here and go in under my house. And I believe I'm at the right place. Did I bring an axe? No, I did not. I was a little stupid. Perfect. So there we go. That was the wrong thing. And currently this is producing power, which is what we wanted. Now my next project, I think will be something a little different. Because I think it's about time we get some some place to store our energy, instead of it have to go into stuff all the time. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but currently, if we have power somewhere, we better use it. Because that's the way things work. There's no place to store it, so we cannot make more than we need for a rainy day, for instance. So that's my plan, and I know exactly how to do it. It is a bit of an expensive way, and I'm actually going to do it for both types of power we are having right now. But we will at 10, 10, 10. We have 10 there. We actually need those back, and some redstone. Then we do like this. Remember how to make... We need 3 of those. Then we get batteries, as you saw me make earlier. And what am I going to use batteries for? Like this, I believe it is. Now, I must admit, I cannot remember. Yeah. So we get this bat box. It's just a way to store energy. Do I have an axe? I don't have an axe. You know what? We're going to place it outside anyway. I need a small bridge here. Now we place it like this. And this is why you put in power. Currently you can see it's receiving power. This is where it sends out power. All other phases will receive. Send. Oh, receive was right. So this is gaining power, which is cool, but not sending out power right now. We'll place this, and it will also send out power now. So this will store our power, which is what I wanted. That was the easy one to make. It doesn't store that much power, but it's good enough to start with. And the cool thing is, now when we run out of lava, we might have some power still in that one. Now to make a storage unit for the other type of the Buildcraft type of energy, it's a bit more complicated. And we're digging back into thermal expansion, as you might already have guessed, seeing as I'm using machine frames. Now I admit I cannot remember the recipe just off the top of my head, but we need not an induction smelter, but a liquid transposer and a magma crucible. So we need some nether bricks. That's not that cool, because that means we need to go to the nether. We also need some redstone receptacle coils, 2 buckets, glass. You can do that one fast, but you won't get anywhere without this. These are not the storage units, they are machines we need to make the storage units. So I guess before we make the storage units, we need to go to the nether. But that will first be in the next episode. So we are reaching a wrap-up point here. But before we go to the wrap-up, I have one more thing I want to build. Something that we are going to bring with us to the nether. It's, in my opinion, I cannot remember if it uses slabs or proper wood, but in my opinion it's extremely cool. Yeah, just like that. we get scaffolds. Let's just make a few extra. So they're cheap to make, as you can see. And the idea behind them, they're added by Industrial Craft. And the idea is when you build houses and want to put stuff on the houses, you can use these scaffolds instead of dirt. But I must admit, when I do this on houses, I use dirt. Cool thing is, you can place it. If you left click it, it automatically puts on top of it. So you can make them really tall. And the sides of them functions like ladders, so you can easily get up. The downside is you can only go, I think it's 2 out. But let's see. Yeah, only 2 out. Then you need to have something underneath to support them. But another really cool feature is, once you break the bottom ones, all the other ones falls down. And you may be wondering why I feel like we need these before we go to the nether. It's because, as you know, glowstone is in the ceiling. And to get up to the ceiling fast, it's nice to have some ladders that don't have to be on a wall, because the glowstone isn't automatically near a wall. So that's why I usually bring these to the nether when I need to find stuff like glowstone. Furthermore, they also help if we want to get up into another fortress. So I think I'll make an iron armor. I have the slakings and steel, as you remember. I got that from the smithy. And then helmet will make as well. That should be plenty. And then a flint and steel, of course. And then I think we have everything we need before we go to the nether. Maybe I'll make another pickaxe. But anyway, next time it's time for the nether. So I hope you'll join me. And until then, take care of yourself.